the bracket very briefly, and you may have got spoiled a little bit from the voices in the background, but akola and Mia on one side of things, MkLeo and Big Boss on the other side. So the Mexican kind of doubles dream team versus the Japan dream team coming to fruition in this losers finals.
Yeah, and I mean, MkLeo and Big Boss just a staples when it comes to double. Honestly, a big surprise that we didn't see them in winners finals. I believe it was the P&W team that took them out in the winner's side. So very impressive W there, but we'll see if MkLeo and Big Boss can bring it back in the loser side of things. But you got quite the task to take out akola and Mia, the two best players, or the two highest ranked players in Japan.
Yeah. And I mean, Mia's results lately have been just impressive after impressive. And as we say that, the stock taken off of Mia very, very quickly. Doubles a bit of a different beast. And we were kind of talking about it beforehand where we weren't totally sure how much the Japanese guys play doubles. You were saying they're very, very popular in Smash 4, but you know, some of the big events like Kagaribi don't necessarily have doubles. And
right. They focus on just running that singles bracket as efficient as possible,
It's interesting to see where these guys come out of, and especially with akola being kind of one of the new blood players, how they kind of get used to Game & Watch and Steve in this format.
Yeah, I mean, even Mia very young as a player, so both of these players, young prodigies with their characters as well. And it's always interesting to see someone else be successful with a character that has already had success. And oh my goodness, what a conversion. The Rob up air into the Pyra up air. Okay, going to break things up. But yeah, now we're seeing multiple Game & Watches have success in singles and doubles, right, with Mia joining the fray with Meister. So it brings up a lot of topics. In Japan, actually, there's a lot of Japanese players that think Game & Watch is top 5, which is an unpopular opinion in North America, right?
No, they're like right. They're right. Let them have it. Honestly, let them have it. They know something we don't. Let them have it. That being said, man, the one stock advantage coming in for the Mexican team on this side of things, and the breakup from MkLeo actually could have been devastating on the side of Mia, and on the other side of things, Big Box actually able to take the stock off of akola. Footstool down air, though, not quite enough, but dude, there's been quite a bit of a lead built up here, especially as Big Boss has just formed this wall at the ledge for MkLeo to recover from.
Oh, but Mia actually messes up the up smash, and because of that, Big Boss going to live another day with the stock and also get the up air. That was such a unfortunate communication error.
Oh my god. And that was wrong thing after wrong thing, unfortunately.
Yes.
The smash attack into the Game & Watch down smash, into the trade on the Nair that sent the perfect angle for Rob to get the up air.
The reflector with okay. Big Boss covering multiple options there. That was also covering drift to the right neutral air dodge, and then you had Leo covering the left side. Perfect advantage state, 2v1, and like you said, when we get to this part of the bracket, you are going to see that in spades.
Yeah. I mean, that was flawless. How fast was that game, man?
That was quick.
that was every single advantage state, every single situation where they could have. A stock was taken.
Yeah.
The advantage was pushed to the max. The game knowledge, just to go for the side B there, man. So smart on the side of Big Boss. These guys are looking hungry to get into that losers final side of things.
They want their run back. They want the run back against the P&W Dream Team. Ouch and Base Mage waiting in the losers finals to fight the victor of this set here. MkLeo and Big Boss starting things off, taking the first game, but you know, it's only the first game. We'll see what adjustments we can make here if you are Team Japan, akola and Mia.
And something we didn't even see that game was how crazy Rob's up throw is in doubles.
Oh, yeah.
we didn't even get a chance to get a piece of that, but yeah, due to the iframes on Rob's up throw and how long it takes, Leo will actually be able to up air or up smash Rob's up throw while just hitting the person that he grabbed, which is just pure
because of the throw intangibility.
Yeah.
And same thing with the down throw as well. The down throw animation takes so long that we'll see Leo do Pyra forward smash, right?
Yeah.
But the edge guard coming through, and that is going to be the one and only weakness here for Pyra and Mithra. And definitely getting abused here. Leo going to be the first one to lose a stock.
Yeah, a bit of a change up from the last game where Team Japan was the first to lose a stock, and these big hits are still absolutely being thrown out from the side of MkLeo and Big Boss. They're just not ringing as true as they were last game, but now looking for something. akola manages to fight his way off the platform as Mia starts to juggle on the other side of things.
Oh, but the edge guard, okay. Oh! But Big Boss is the one that gets down smash while trying to cover Leo's recovery. Leo does end up getting back on stage, so maybe could be worth here. But still, look at 3 stocks apiece here for the red side. Leo securing the Mia stock with the jab, though.
Where's that jab kill, man?
Yeah.
Riddle me this. Riddle me this.
It's really strong. Really strong for ledge trapping, especially when you can set it up, right? I mean, Pyra, not going to be the greatest in neutral, but when you can set up Pyra for these ledge traps after winning neutral with the Mithra, that's where the character becomes so strong. But the berry, the forward smash, and Big Boss wasn't really in a position to interrupt that.
No, and you could tell he definitely tried. He tried to get there, noticed how dire that situation was, but I mean, that Game & Watch Bury to F smash is such a strong tool, and these stocks have been flying very, very early, almost the mirror image of what we saw last game where Mia and a cola have been able to hold on to their stocks for longer than expected and just take so many early ones.
Yeah, what happened? I mean, it maybe just that snowball effect for the blue team not happening, and now a cola being able to sit back, mine some resources right while Mia is covering that front. It seems like Mia is always the one that's down to play that front and center role for the red team, while a cola gets some resources mined up in the back. The iron, the diamond looking like trying to come online.
It can be really tricky too, especially doubles where the momentum can be so huge. And we're seeing it even swing a little bit here where it looked like this game was fully in favor of a cola and Mia, and actually the stocks are now even. The percents, mind you, far from it, but with how early stocks have been lost and how early they were lost a couple of times in the last game, it's very reasonable for this to start looking like a comeback.
And wow, you can tell Mia is so comfortable around these resources. Okay, we're in the box.
Oh my gosh! He actually said, you need help?
Yeah.
There's a wall, man. Get away. Get away. He's in jail.
Especially when both Mia and a cola are backed into a corner, a cola will set a wall behind them. It's like, all right, don't worry. We got the safety net of the tech. You know what I mean? So Mia knowing how to operate around that forward air, going to catch that ledge hang. Mia's so good at using that forward air.
Yeah, and unfortunately MKLeo actually killed Big Boss there, and now Big Boss
gets saved with up air!
And Mia actually saves Big Boss on the other side of things, and he gets back to stage.
What an off-stage scramble coming through, but look at all this damage getting racked up on Big Boss. Game & Watch and Damage, they're best friends.
There's no doubt about that, and after such a great situation, you almost think the comeback is inevitable, but as MKLeo loses that stock with 3 now on the Japanese team, this is so challenging for Big Boss to come back from the up smash. Not fast enough to beat the jab out of shield, and now stuck at the ledge is Big Boss.
Gotta get through a lot of things. The anvil, the chef. Oh, trying to get that up smash, but the eject button, that up be such a speedy scramble option, even out of shield for Game & Watch as well. Got the top in hand, but the minecart to the dome is going to close it out. And a very dominating game number 2 coming out from a cola and Mia.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, almost a mirror image of the last game where they looked pretty much in full control almost the entire time. You know, there was a point when the stocks were even, but just taking those stocks so much earlier, more consistently that game, they looked really good. And even as Big Boss played catch with himself a little bit at the end there, we saw the gyro rebound to himself. I mean, the minecart was coming in fast and furious. And so 1-1, a very tricky game 3 to call if you're on our side of things, just because both games looked very comfortable for both teams, and I can't help but wonder if it's kind of that momentum thing where the first couple stocks are taken and you start feeling a little better, you start cooking a little harder, and that just kind of snowballs until the end of the game. I'm interested to see if the people taking the first stock this game end up to be the ones on top.
Yeah, and Steve can be such a snowball character, right? When you're thinking about any character that kind of scales over time or just scales up and becomes more powerful, the more resources you get. The diamond's already online within the first 15 seconds. So, I mean, we'll see if a cola is going to have a chance to go ahead and craft the diamond, but at fairly low percent, so I wouldn't be surprised if a cola goes ahead and crafts the diamond for this first stock, or maybe we'll see him save it for that second stock.
I mean, that was a really interesting game plan from the side of Mia and a cola. They basically, there it is, man. They basically sacrificed 57% on Mia through the double combo for Mia to get the diamond, or for a cola to get the diamond. It's basically
Mia the true homie. I'll 2v1 just so you get diamond.
He said, I got you, brother. I'm going to take this damage. It's worth it. Unfortunately, proving maybe not to be worth it just as much as you thought. Mia losing that stock fairly early. The down throw F smash that we were talking about earlier, such a strong tool. And now Mia a cola deep off stage is able to find that back air, and Steve, man, just gets back from anywhere.
Oh, but a cola going for a greedy roll in, and Big Boss had the charge ready on that up smash, but here comes the damage on the Big Boss, getting hit by a lot of things here, but going to stabilize.
Yeah, and MkLeo actually getting a lot of value out of this Pyra Mithra stock at 135, and now 44% onto a cola. The 1v1s have been chosen. Big Boss against Mia and acola against MkLeo. acola with the up smash is going to come out with that stock and even things up right as Big Boss puts it back in their favor.
And I love that coming out from Leo, going for the Nair and just instantly punishing a match by going for a roll. Gets the foresight here. Doesn't get a lot of damage, but it's the small things, especially when it comes to shield pressuring against Steve here. We'll see it's 4 stocks to 3. It is the blue team that's had the lead pretty much this entire time. Leo, like you said, just really made that stock count in the beginning, right?
And it's interesting, it looks to me like the Mexican team is kind of trying to get those 1v1s to happen a little bit.
Yeah.
It looks like Big Boss is very comfortable playing against the Game & Watch, perhaps his Meister experience coming through, but it looks like, yeah, they're trying to get Big Boss playing against Mia, and they're trying to get Leo playing against acola when they can, and they look very comfortable in those situations, even as Big Boss loses that stock.
Ooh, is it going to be enough? No, Meister, or Mia living very long there. Sorry, getting mixed up there. Yeah, it's interesting too because Meister and Mia have made top 4 in this bracket with the Game & Watch, showing off the character in the doubles format. Oh, here's the down throw and the down smashing, man.
Oh, but MkLeo does sacrifice his life for that one, and so 1 stock apiece. If they're able to take acola out fairly quickly here, this could swing very heavily in the favor of the Mexican squad, but Big Boss is not exactly healthy himself.
Okay, just goes for the retreating up B, and that's going to be it. It sounded like a forward smash there.
Yeah, it was.
And that is the acola special there. Knows exactly when and where to place these forward smashes. You don't see them often, but when they come out, they usually hit.
And not only was it a forward smash, it was on a whiff nair. He literally just stood there, watched him nair, and just let it rock, man. It's just, the confidence out of this kid is almost unmatched.
All right, well, the left side locked down here. No one's gonna get their
this,
stock
man?
taken on that side. Have to concentrate on the right side. Look at how long those blocks last as well. Jeez.
Yeah, if they're not the wood blocks, they actually last forever. And the minecart trying to catch it, the block making it so the down air doesn't set up, but Mia able to secure the back air. And the kind of the pattern we saw was defied a little bit where the Mexican squad looked to be in control of a lot of that game, and just that F smash onto Big Boss on that whiff nair, almost like a moment you don't even think about, right?
Right.
Oh,
right.
I whiffed a nair as Rob. Whatever. That happens all the time.
Yeah,
literally
I can,
all the
that's
time.
the move I mash, right?
Yeah,
like everyone's characters, they have the move that they can just mash, and
just press.
You should be safe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And so it's weird to think of that as kind of like the TSN turning point of that game, but when acola found that F smash, I mean, it's the difference maker, man. And I think we see it time and time again, especially as we get later in these doubles brackets. Once we get to the 2v1s, it is so hard to win them.
At this point of the bracket, especially the players we have in attendance at this tournament, it's very, very difficult to win the 2v1, even if they're at higher percents, just because as long as someone can get one type of opening, the 2v1 advantage state is so powerful. And I mean, look at the characters we have on the screen too. Like, all these characters are extremely broken. So not only is their advantage state probably already crazy, but you have 2 really broken characters advantage state on you. It's just going to be almost impossible if executed correctly, right?
You have characters covering 4 options and then another character covering the 5th and 6th, right? Like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's
and
really,
maybe the 7th. Like, who knows,
it's actually
right?
insane. And the wall on the side of the stage there actually saving Mia's life from an F smash, what looked like twice. And I mean, when it happens for Steve, it's great. When it happens for Steve and his teammate, I'm getting a little annoyed at the very least.
It's a bit concerning. It is very strong, obviously, and like we said, all these characters have some concerning tools, right? That's what makes them strong in the game. So it's great to see all the players come through, and especially when you use it for your teammate as well. That's when we see the creativity of doubles, right? And
absolutely.
It is so clear that Mia is very comfortable and knows what Steve is going to do, and knows how to take advantage of the blocks, because Mia has to have used those blocks against acola in tournament, right?
Not only that, but we've actually been seeing Mia play Steve at a couple of Japanese locals here and there lately. So he's actually
Mia knows.
familiar with the character as well. He knows, man. He knows. He's a knower.
You got to know which characters you want to invest to in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's a game of stocks.
It definitely is. I mean, Mia, as far as I know, is a DK player in Smash 4, so I mean, he's been a knower, man. He's been a knower. The down smash coming out and securing MkLeo's stock on the back end of things, and so 4 stocks apiece for each team. The percentage on the Japanese squad a little bit higher, but Big Boss far from healthy, and we've seen stocks fly at every single one of these percents. Like you were saying, the kill power on all of these characters is just insane, and how fast and how consistently acola has been having Diamond makes those stray hits just that much stronger.
Oh, is it enough? No, acola staying alive here. The up air is going to find the mark, and that was, now the stocks are just flying all over the place. Can you get the edge guard, Mia? And the question, or the answer is absolutely. Catching the directional air dodge to the ledge, well-placed bomb, and Mia's offstage. Any character that can just vertically burst upwards is going to be so strong offstage. We see it with Sonic, we see it with Game & Watch, right? You can cover low, you see your opponent cover high, then you go to the other with the down air.
And that is so big from Big Boss. To take that stock off at about 50% means that Mia has to take the stock from acola, who is at 134. This is a huge opportunity to come back to the F smashes.
Call in the F smashes. We need the W. We need this dub. We got to close it out.
The emergency F smash actually isn't what does the job, but the down tilt from Game & Watch is, and now a 1v1 on this side of things. MkLeo, someone we associate with being familiar with Game & Watch, but Mia, a bit of a different beast on this side of things.
Yeah, and I think that's something everyone wants to see in singles bracket too, right?
Absolutely.
Mia versus Team Mexico, because they're so familiar with the Game & Watch, right? And Mia is that up-and-coming Game & Watch, if you will.
Yeah, if you want to call it up and coming.
It has been up there for a while at this point, right?
It came up.
Yeah.
That being said, MkLeo seems to be getting the better of this 1v1, but you said it earlier, it's a game of stocks, man, and there's few characters in the game who can take stocks as early as Game & Watch, especially against a character with a bit of a poorer recovery, so you can't rest on your laurels too much, but I feel like MkLeo is not the guy to do that.
Yeah, and right now, Leo abusing the lack of range from Game & Watch, but huge opening with this forward air. It is a lot harder to get those fair openings just because that forward air not going to have that activity, right? You can just swing a hitbox, you can defuse that forward air, and just like that, Leo defusing that game number 4, forcing the game 5 situation, and a very clutch of Leo. And you saw at that point, usually you see neutral with the Mithra, but Leo's like, okay, I'm just going to go sword character mode, right? Got the Pyro. I got really, Pyro's going to have the longer hitboxes, more active hitboxes. So there are some situations where you can just rock it out with the Pyro and just play that classic sword character in Smash, and it works out.
Yeah, and I think it's so interesting, too, because when you think of like sword character and you kind of go to like Marth or Lucina or whatever, you think, you know, kind of spacing with fair F tilt. Leo's out there spacing with down air. We saw over and over again using that down air hitbox to actually space out the Game & Watch, and I think that's a really unique adaptation of just how Leo's using this Pyro Mithra in a way that kind of lets him play with the flexibility that he's used to, because, you know, the Pyro forward air and the Pyro back air, while really good moves, aren't really those spacing tools that you're used to.
Right, and down air is a pretty big sweep. I also love how Leo uses down air with Mithra as well. I think Mithra down air is a very underrated move, and I'd love to see more Aegis players kind of utilize that, especially at 0 to 10%. You can combo the dare into things like grab and stuff like that, which is your main combo starters, right? Yeah,
absolutely. I think there's a lot of kind of weird stuff, and it might be underexplored just because you're not used to it, but going high in the sky means that both stocks are going to be gone, man, and that down air F smash hasn't come out too often, but when it does, man, it hits like an absolute ton of bricks. And Team Japan, early stocks locked off the back of an incredible play from MkLeo and Big Boss.
Yeah, and you just saw after one player on the red team got KO'd immediately, the 2v1 came through, and it was the optimal 2v1 punish, the down throw into the Pyro forward smash. Like you said, I don't think it gets better than that, right?
No, it definitely does not, but Leo in a bit of a tricky spot off stage. The high recovery actually gets him back pretty much scot-free, and now Mia trying to find this up smash at the ledge. The timing so good on that neutral getup, and not too much damage done here, but that up air was DI'd incorrectly by acola, so 88% is that stock loss.
Yeah, very confusing. Usually if you start on the left side there, I mean, Big Boss was drifting to the left there, but ended up getting the cross-up and maybe kind of catching acola off guard on the DI, but nonetheless, that is a huge W. Steve, a lot heavier than you think. I used to think Steve was a light character because just makes sense. It
Sakurai
should be light.
I told you he was.
Steve is pretty heavy.
Yeah, so Sakurai made it sound like he was. I'll tell you that much.
He was really convincing, honestly. And then I looked at the chart and the numbers. I was like, hey,
oh
wait
my gosh, that laser from Big Boss was so
insane.
Leo was too deep off stage to recover without a jump. Big Boss also off stage, the wherewithal to laser, and he loses his stock for it anyway, but the only reason MkLeo has this stock at all is because of that play from Big Boss.
Wow, and look at the survivability. Leo DIing in, getting that tech onto the stage, getting back on the stage. Here's the forward smash. For one special. Give me everything. The best possible situation, and this almost seems impossible. Mia getting that up B. We talked about the 2v1. At least it's one stock apiece instead of 3, right?
I want to see a 9.
Oh, the 9?
I want to see a 9.
The faded 9?
He's going to let it rock. He's definitely
going to let it rock. You have to at this point, right?
You have to. You absolutely have to. I mean, Big Boss and MkLeo have looked really, really good in the 2v1 so far, so I don't imagine that they give this one up, but, I mean, he knows. He knows it's time. It's primed. It's ready. The 8 came out. We can count.
Okay.
Okay, don't give him
even
that
a bucket,
either. Don't give him that either. That's the loose condition.
Ooh, the spot dodge. I like that.
What
but
is
Mia
this?
coming through with all the forward airs in the world. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what was that? What was it? The up B? Was that the knockback? What?
Is that the worst DI we've ever?
I don't know. Maybe he snuck in a up air before, like after the up B. I'm not too sure. Oh, there's the down air. Now it's a 1v1 situation. We talked about how hard the 2v1s is, but Mia is pulling it off, and it could be the way he clutches game 5. That'd be absolutely insane.
Yeah, he gets the run back from the last game. MkLeo and Mia in this 1v1 once again. The down tilt, 2 frames at the ledge. The air dodge on the side B will allow him to get back, but he's got no invincibility, and he goes high, which allows him to get back with the key. MkLeo
stage.
Goes deep, but MkLeo a little too wary. The forward throw will get Mia back off stage, and the jab from Pyro will do it at this %, but he goes back to the Mithra.
Yeah, maybe just going to search for a Mithra up smash or the up air. Wow, down tilt up air might be enough very soon.
Yeah, I imagine it actually probably is at this %. The neutral B will also kill. The up smash will also kill. The up tilt up air will also kill.
Broken.
I mean, geez.
Confirm at 160. Up tilt into up air. It's just so funny the percentage ranges that Leo just understands and knows this character, right? It's like, okay, so 100 to 150, I can get you with something pyro-oriented. Oh, you're at 150. Let me just get you with a broken, like, quick, snappy confirm, right? Like a down tilt into up air or up tilt up air. Amazing stuff from Leo. And, I mean just stopping the rampage that was Mia, because Mia had so much momentum in that scenario, right?
Mean, that stock was kind of unlike anything I've ever seen Game & Watch do. The up B to kill Rob off the top right corner at 70.
Yeah, and Rob is heavy.
Yeah, Rob is heavy.
I still don't even know what happened in that situation. I don't know if Big Boss died from the knockback of up B or if Mia was able to sneak in one more move. Everything just happened so quick.
My best guess is maybe he took the up B knockback and then hit a button that put him in the blast zone.
Right, or was maybe DIing out or some kind of suspect DI, right?
Yeah,
in that weird scramble.
Maybe suspect DI, or maybe he like back aired and it like body shifted him in the blast zone, right? Like that happened. But I mean, like that by no means should have been as close as it was. The MkLeo and Big Boss close it out anyway, and it's actually in 2 1v1 situations from MkLeo, looking like we thought very, very strong against the Game & Watch.
Yeah, that was, I mean, the closest set we've seen so far in top 4. I'm hoping we get some more of those, last stock, last hit game 5s. It was a very exciting set, and the best part too is like we're just seeing the regional representation as well, right? Japan, Team Japan coming through along with their 2 highest ranked players as well. So really sick to see them come through. Their run does end at 4th place, but man, a crazy tournament to say that acola and Mia getting 4th. You would expect even a couple placements higher, right?
Yeah. And I mean, it's crazy when we consider top 3 now as we get into that side of things. 2 of the teams completely like full Mexican teams.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Meister SkyJ in grand finals on the winner's side of things. MkLeo, Big Boss coming into the loser's side of things. I mean, it's very reasonable that we see at all Mexico grand finals, which, I mean, Come on, man.
Wouldn't be too much of a surprise. I mean, Mexico's such a strong region at doubles. They definitely pride themselves at how
they're strong
good they
at
are
singles
doubles.
too, man. All these guys
they're just really good.
Straight up demons, man.
Yeah. Such a strong and powerful region. But of course, Japan has also been in the talks in terms of strongest region as well. So really sick to see it. And then in the thick of it, we have PNW. You know, all just waiting in losers final. So. You know, it could be the battle of BC power-up, right? The PNW power-up coming through.
I don't think Base Mage is PNW. Correct me if is Base Mage not from Arizona?
Yeah, not PNW, but
it's just out. So, but Base Mage.
Well, we'll still paint it PNW.
Yeah.
Shouts to PNW.
Base Mage comes to a lot of the Oregon and the Washington events.
Honorary.
He's
PNW.
honorary because he teamed with
Ouch.
He'll get the support from the PNW guys here. All the same. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see those two. Against kind of the titans that surround them, and not that Base Mage or Ouch are bad players by any means. We've seen them in, I mean, any number of top 8s, but
even in singles, right?
Yeah, even in singles, absolutely. Just surrounded by MkLeo, Big Boss, Meister, SkyJ, acola, Mia, like those guys, they're holding it down.
I mean, this tournament is. I'm predicting this tournament's going to be the most stacked tournament of